Hey guys, Rexasaur here and welcome to the first ever player spotlight for World of Tanks, where I will be looking at a player in particular and showing you two of their fantastic games in their lives whilst playing World of Tanks. These replays are found on whatreplays.com, so if you want to participate, then please put your replays that you wish to be spotlighted onto What Replays. Give me a chat, well, give me a poke, I should say, on Steam, and I will be glad to look at them. I won't be doing this on a regular occurrence. This won't be weekly or even fortnightly. This will be when I can be bothered. So there might be lots of time, unless this gets really popular really quickly, in which case it probably take over as a side series along with Crusader Kings 2, which will be starting next week because I don't have time to do it this week. So yeah, anyway, first player we'll be looking at will be in my contacts, and his name will be TheSilentDaimyo because he sent me replays and they were awesome. So, Daimyo has played 8,000 battles. This is actually pretty near to me. Now, I won't be comparing him to me, I'm just going to use me as a sort of benchmark. So I've nearly played 10k, and he's been on here since 1st of April, so over a year now. He's played actually quite a few battles considering. Yeah, so that's cool. He has a 51% victory, which is higher than the average of 48. So he's, decent player enough. His hit ratio is pretty high. I can't really use myself as a benchmark to compare it because I'm much higher than average for hit ratio, but considering the tanks he plays, this is pretty good. Average battle damage of almost 700. This is pretty good. He plays a lot of low tier tanks as well. He's only recently got into the really high tiers, and sort of broadening himself into a lot of higher tiers. He's got himself quite a few tier 9s now. Average battle experience of 500. Not incredible, I won't lie. It's okay. It's not incredible. Actually, 500 is pretty. I'd say 500 is the most average you can get, to be honest, on average experience per battle, so I'm not going to complain more. Maximum experience per battle of 2,500. I think that's better than me. I think mine might be 227. But that, yeah, mine's 27, which I did in D29. So yeah, maximum experience per battle, pretty high actually. One game must have got a lot of XP, and I'm pretty sure that's one of the games that I'm about to show you, so watch out, guys. Maximum destroy per battle 10, that's a really high number, but you didn't get a pause because I probably did that in a tier lower than 4. Probably a 2-1 in Cunningham or something. Anyway, let's look at his awards now. Let's not look at his valuable awards, just look at his awards in general. 26 Top Guns. To be honest, for someone who's got 8,000 battles, that's not an incredible amount. However, playing with Daimyo a lot, I know that he always gets really close to getting 5. That kind of stuff. He gets 5 kills a lot, which is a real pain for him. And it's the luck of the draw. But still, with 8,000 battles, 26 Top Guns isn't an incredibly large amount. 25 high calibers. Daimyo plays a lot of medium tanks, as you're about to see in the statistics. So I'm not surprised he doesn't have a lot of high calibers. He also hates tank destroyers. So yeah, one tank and sniper. Okay, it's not really a massive medal to get, to be honest. 4 patrol duties, which is a really high number considering he doesn't play light tanks. 139 steel walls, which is a lot of steel walls. 11 defenders and 7 invaders. That's averagely good, I guess. Maybe. He's got himself. I can't really say tactical genius any good because he plays with us, which is why he's so high. 12 kamikazes, which is fucking awesome. 6 Reaper, which is good. Those are redundant because of Panzer 1Cs. And he's got expert in France, USA, and Japan. How has he got expert Japan? Even I don't know expert Japan. What a bastard. He's got himself 3 Radley Walters, which are included within his 26 Top Guns, which is actually a really good number to have. I'd expect someone. I basically expect to have 1 Radley Walters for every 1,000 battles you do, though. But even I don't have that, and that's a pretty high expectation now that I think about it. So it's pretty good. I mean, 8 kills in a game shows that you can, under pressure, even though it's really hard to do, you do manage it to do that much damage under pressure and to kill that many tanks under pressure is pretty um, demanding of some people, and some people just don't have the nerves to go through and do that. But he's got 3 of them, so congratulations to him. He's got 2 Nadens, which is destroy all enemy light tanks, at least 3 in pause battle. Okay, he hates light tanks apparently. Oh yeah, this is the Levasileo, or I can't even say it. Kill 2 medium tanks. Kill 2 tanks 2 tiers higher than you in a medium tank, which is very usual for us because we always get really shitty matchmaking. He's got 1 Dimitrus, which is kill 4 enemy SPGs, which is ridiculous. Delagnades, which is kill 4 enemy vehicles while attempting to capture the base. That is a fun medal to have. And 1 Belots, which is destroy 2 enemy vehicles while receiving 5 different hits and losing 80% hit points, which is really nice. Group awards wise, he's got 9 Brothers in Arms and 18 Armored Fists. Doesn't have a crucial contribution yet. I'm not, I don't have one either, to be honest, so there we go. Stage awards wise, he's got 2nd class pretty much ever except for the new ones, which is the team battle ones, which no one actually has very high in. And he's also got the Kinsmall's medals 1st class for doing 10,000 damage received and taken. So pretty good. So that's that. We're going to briefly look over statistics and then his top 5 vehicles, then we're going to look at the replays, so don't worry. We'll look at infographics. He plays a lot of heavy tanks, but he has played more medium tanks than light SPG and tank destroyer. He also plays pretty much German, British and Soviet tanks in conjunctions. He's got, the British and the Soviets and the Germans are very close, and I know that he enjoys his Germans much more than his Russians. That said, the reason that's so high is because of his Russian heavy tanks. His tier 8s are slowly overtaking his tier 6s. That's a very steady growth there from 1 to 6, which is very nice to see and very good. Shows a steady rise in how many tanks you get, and it should always be like this. And then down here should be sort of a downward slopes. But tier 8, it's nice to see a very higher number of that. I think that's that. Vehicle wise, look at his top 5 vehicles. Got his Lerva, which he got very recently for his birthday. He's doing very good in that, 62% victories. He's only done 47 battles, that is true, but he does know how to play the tank. He was worried at the beginning about how badly, he didn't know how to play it at all, but then he got into it very fast. And his average XP shows that, because he's doing very good in it, having done, maximum experience battle 2000, maximum damage 3.6 is pretty good, and then maximum destroyed is 5, very close to a top gun, like I usually say. And he's got a positive damage and destruction ratio, which is very good to have in a tank. Next one is his STI, which I don't know whether he likes it or not. Don't really hear him say, oh my god, this tank is amazing. I know what tank he does love, and I will come onto it later. But yeah, so the STI, I don't know. But he's done a fuckload of battles in them, got a 54% win rate ratio and a very high average. He's got 9 kills in it, and you will see that game, because that is one of the games I will be showing. E75, once again, I don't know whether he likes the tank or not. He hasn't got a mastery in it, so I wouldn't say he would. I don't know. I know he likes his STI, but I know he knows he has a lot of weakness. I know he loves his KV4. I don't know if he still has it though, because he does sell a lot of his tanks very soon. Once again, 5 kills maximum. You see that a lot. His E75 did get a top gun, which is nice. His Conqueror, once again, top gun. That's a really high damage actually. 5.7. That is really high. And his Panther 2, which is by far his best tank, or the best tanking I've ever seen him in, has been in his Panther 2 every time. I've only seen 2 battles where he's done amazing in the Panther 2, and those are the 2 I was in, and he did fucking amazing. That 5,800 damage was in a tier 10 game, just to show you how fucking ridiculous that game was. It was amazing. I think it was tier 9 actually. It could have been really low tier 9. I think it was, I can't remember, but it was amazing. Just to say the least. And then his insurance 7-1. I know that it adore this tank now that it's got the top gun. It's still not got a good, but it's a bit like me and my Sturm Mill. My Sturm Mill doesn't really have a high victory ratio or a high XP because of the stock version of the Sturm Mill, which was shocking. And the Stentor in 7-1 for Daimyo was pretty much the same. It was like adequate. But now that he's got the top gun on it, it's fully upgraded, he adores the tank. And he's like, oh my god, this tank is just the greatest thing ever. So that's Daimyo's stats and his vehicles. Next we will be looking at 2 replays. Yeah, so let's look at the replays. Okay guys, here we are in the first and only replay, sadly, because the other replay I was going to show you, the STI replay, is a 8.9 replay, and I can't run 8.9. Which is annoying. So if you ever want to be shown and spotlighted, don't send, well, put 9.0 replays on, because I can't run any earlier, which is really annoying. But anyway, this replay is still grandiosely just as awesome. So that's what we will be looking at. So Daimyo's in his E100, his favorite tier 10, his only tier 10, but still one that he enjoys playing. I believe he really enjoys it. As you can see, his loadout is comprised of a lot of AP, a moderately good amount of heat, and then a small amount of HE. This is because although the gun, he is using the 150, and the gun suffers from low penetration, but it's only low penetration if you don't aim at the right spots, and it does have a tendency to bounce sometimes, most of the time really. But only if you aim at the really crappy bits, like bits that would never have penetrated with normal gun anyway. So that's why you have heat loaded. So Daimyo is going to side scrape here. This is a moderately tier 10 game, but it's mostly tier 9. So Daimyo is in a really nice position at being here like that with a tank, top tier, like that. And both teams have a water tractor E100. Daimyo's team has a Death Star, and both of them have auto-loading RT, which can get really annoying. So we got first kills on both sides, a WZ-132 and a T-54. Both WZ-132s have died. And there's a Waffle Tractor E100, which Daimyo puts a nice shot in with his AP and bounces a shell, and a second shell, and a third shell, and a fourth shell, and a fifth shell, and a sixth shell, because the Waffle Tractor is an idiot. So, so yes, that was a whole drum of the Waffle Tractor E100 bouncing on an E100. Why did it bounce, I hear you ask? Because it's an angled E100. You don't shoot at an angled E100, even if you're a Waffle Tractor. Now a nice hit on the on the WZ-132. That did 120. Sorry, that did actually do damage. It's just that for some reason the damage didn't pop up. Did quite a high. I will be showing the results screen at the end. So now the WZ-132 is using HE because he's quite pissed off that Daimyo is not taking any damage. And I think the reason you're not seeing the damage actually done is because the WZ keeps going out of cover. Sorry, it keeps not being spotted. So Daimyo, there's the Waffle Tractor E100 again, and another bounce, 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 and it's another whole clip. So Waffle Tractor E100 not having a good day today. Quite irritated that Mr. Daimyo here is not dying to any of his clips. And this what the hell is he sending in front of him? An unlucky shot put by Daimyo on the top plate. Usually that would have gone through if the gun had high pen, but as you can see, this gun does have issues with penetration. The E75 would have taken that through the top plate, even though the top plate is very strong, because of the way it was angled upwards or downwards or whatever. So it was flattened out basically, and it was unlucky that it didn't pen, because even I would have thought that would have penned. And Daimyo is side scraping like a boss. There's a Waffle Tractor comes back, And bounces. And then just gives up, apparently. Is he going to come back? I don't know. There we go. There's a top plate through the E75 because the E75 is downward sloped. As I said, that happens. So Daimyo has taken so little damage. He's taken so much potential. E75 goes for the front. Another bounce from the Waffle Tractor, and another, and the Waffle Tractor dies, having done 0 damage, which is interesting. There's an E50 behind Daimyo, and there's the first bit of damage that's taken. Loader gets killed. Daimyo has a choice now. Does he turn around to face the E50, or is he going to go for the E75? Make sure he doesn't. He's going to go for the E75. Does not manage to kill him though. Don't know what's really happening. There goes his Amarak. It's not going too well now. And the E75 has chosen to use gold. Daimyo is going to go in for the ram. Is he going to make contact and destroy him? Yes, he is. He's going to turn around, focus on the E50 now. That was probably the best choice. He probably should have gone, in my opinion, he should have gone to the E50 much sooner. Now his Amarak is destroyed, but I don't think Daimyo actually knows this. Or if he does, he's not fixed. There we go, now he's fixed his Amarak. So he's focused on the E50. Like I said, was about to say, he should have gone for the E75 straight away. As soon as the E50 was behind him, he should have just rammed the E75. Rather than back away, try and bounce some shots. He took some unnecessary damage at the rear of his turret because he waited a bit too long. But he has managed to completely decimate that flank of the enemy, and all that's left is that E50, which will be, if the E50 tracks him now, which it does, that, yeah, he wouldn't have done any damage. That's what happened. So Daimyo is now taking another track shot. He does have a high repair crew, so he's repairing pretty soon. And the E50 doesn't have time to do anything. It gets set on fire through the top of the turret. That is top of the turret, top of the hull. But he does take a gold round. But the Daimyo does take a gold round. So now he's on perilously low health. And anything on the enemy team can practically one-shot him with a high roll. Maybe not the Leopard PTA. And maybe not the Centurion 71 actually. That's a no, it can't actually. 390 average isn't enough to put. But the Waffle Tractor Panzer IV definitely can, and so can both arties. A bit of frame rate loss. That might be on my end though, rather than Daimyo's. Obviously, there we go. But I do believe that the T-54 should have enough. So we'll take it out. Yeah, there we go. It's a T-54 one. Actually takes him out in the end. Love you, tank. So both of the mediums are over there. Daimyo does spot one. Waffle Tractor puts a shot into the Centurion 71. Daimyo has taken a lot of damage, but he's also blocked a lot of damage. And you will laugh about the size of the numbers when this is done. Now, one of the big problems about the E100 is how slow it is. It has a lot of armor, it has a very punchy gun, but it is incredibly slow. And the aiming time is terrible. What is going on? Just following that Leopard and Batchat. Artillery takes care of it. We're going to accelerate this to 4 speed. Daimyo gets dodges RT very luckily. I don't know if it was the M53, M55, or if it was the Batchat auto-loading RT. I think it was the M55 in my opinion. But he's going to explore, going to base with the rest of his team. This has definitely been won. Both artillery seem to be trekking, and the friendly artillery takes out the M55 straight away. Daimyo is looking for the RT. As you can see, he's so slow that he's not really succeeding. And it looks like it might be a base capture from the Waffle Tractor that ends the battle, rather than the killing below, which would be a shame, really. Daimyo puts a shot and misses it, which is irritating. And he managed it! Okay, so it's ended through Daimyo's shot. So let's look at the results and end this player spotlight. So here's the results. As you can see, a massive 241,000 credits won and a 3,400 XP. It was a double, of course, but that is still a huge amount of base XP won. That's also Daimyo's mastery, a high caliber, undoubtedly, and a steel wall, which everyone can say, obviously. An amazing amount of credits there. 200,000 credits. That's pretty much enough to buy a tier 3 tank, like, just in one game, which is pretty incredible. And I don't think any events were in the game, I can't really tell though. So let's look at a bit more in depth. 6,600 damage, quite a lot of damage, getting over 1,100 base XP, plus premium, plus double equals that 3,400 that we have seen. Everything else on his team did pretty okay. The Waffenträger Panzer IV did mediocrely. Their artillery doing okay. And as you can see, their Waffentractor E100 on the enemy team did 0 damage because he failed epically, which was amusing to see. But yeah, so let's go into a bit more and you will see the amount of damage blocked by the armor amounts up to 10,000 damage. And it's just incredible when you do that much damage. Well, you just take that much damage. It's like, yeah, fuck it. I don't really care. He took 33, of which only 11 penned, 22 bounces. So that's the end of the player spotlight. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to participate, then just message me on Steam, send me a PM on YouTube, or on any other kind of thing that you have me on, maybe a tweet or something. And send me a link to your What Replay profiles and which games you want to see. Between 1 or 2 games would be nice. I probably won't spend as long in the stats page as I have in previous parts. Well, in this part, because I think I spent a bit too long. But I was expecting to do 2 replays, not 1, so it would have been quite a longer video. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Fare thee well.